Hi, this is another edition of the Stuart Dahl Show, starring myself, Stuart Dahl. Um, it is a still warm day out here in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. The current temperature right now it is 28 degrees, and it feels like um, 37 degrees, like with the humidex. And that we may possibly be in store for a severe thunderstorm tonight, which could bring heavy rains and whatnot that comes along with a severe thunderstorm. And there's going to be the possibility of that tomorrow too. And the Winnipeg Gold Eyes are supposed to have a game tomorrow night. Well, here's the thing, and I'm gonna be going to that Gold Eyes game with a group that I belong with, Grow Outreach. Hopefully the game can go as planned, but the thing is if the weather does not cooperate tomorrow, then the game's gonna have to be postponed to a later date. But oh well, big whoop, that is part of Mother Nature and part of summertime. What else? In a news-related subject, um, Joaquin Chapo Guzman, who um, was is a self-made millionaire drug lord dealer, whatever you want to call them, down in Mexico. Joaquin Chapo Guzman was I believe he was first in prison. I believe it was in 1993 or 94. I'm not exactly sure. He had escaped once, and then just recently he escaped a second time, and like federal police and that, and more than likely the Mexican police and SWAT and the Mexican army are more than likely, still trying to find Joaquin Chapo Guzman, because this is the second time that he's escaped from prison. This time he escaped from the most toughest prison in Mexico. Like, it just goes to show you, how desperate certain criminals can be, when they're, in prison and cooped up in their cell. And that's a news-related subject. What else? The former 94-year-old ex-SS sergeant, I believe his name was Oscar Goring. He was a member of the infamous Waffen SS, which was the most brutal, elite military unit within the German army, known as, back in the day, the Wehrmacht. Back in the day, the Waffen SS were the most brutal military unit in military history, because they carried out some of the most horrendous crimes in human history during World War II. And this Oscar Goering, who's 94, has been sentenced to 4 years in prison because an accessory to the murders of, I believe it was about 300,000 Jews at the Auschwitz-Birkenau complex in Nazi-occupied Poland at the time. Anyways, I think, Oscar Goering, former SS sergeant, and that, I think he, got what he deserved, because, it goes to show you that, even, even former SS officers that are still alive, that were involved, even if you're not involved in, in directly involved in any of the crimes that the Waffen SS committed during World War II. Even if you can be considered as an accessory to murder. In 94-year-old former SS member Oscar Goering, that this just just goes to show you, what I think the brutal hand of German justice today goes towards former SS members. What else? So I think the 4-year sentence. I think this 94-year-old former SS member Oscar Goering got. Well, I think he does deserve that sentence. Like, he is 94. He seems in my opinion, I wonder how long Oscar Goering's gonna last in his 4-year sentence. He's gonna die within that 4-year sentence. You never know, because he's 94. So, if he dies in prison, he dies in prison. And that, whatever. Anyways, on another subject, on politics and that, the bailout deal or whatever that's going through the Greek Parliament right now, has, I believe it's gone, last I checked, it's gone past its the deadline and that, but still, protests and that in the Greek capital, Athens, have turned so violent in that literally protesters have resorted to throwing petrol bombs and whatever they could get their hands on at Greek rifles, and that. Do you think this is probably the most smart idea on earth for these protesters? Yeah, I understand that the citizens of Greece are angry, they're in a revolt against their leader Alexis Tsipras, and but you know what? In some of these harsh measures and that the Greek government has to comply to in order for this new bailout deal to happen, is the retirement for the new legislation in Greece. The retirement age has been raised. I don't know to what age. And there's going to be I guess different tax cuts and that. I don't know how that's going to work, but there's right now there's so much I think, in my opinion, political unrest in Greece right now. It's not even funny, because these protesters in the Greek capital are just acting like absolute maniacs. What are these protesters thinking by throwing petrol bombs at Greek rifles? What are they thinking by doing this? I understand that the citizens of Greece are in a angry night, or in a revolt against their leader, the Alexis Tsipras. But you know what? And there's actually even some people within this left-wing party, that's the ruling party in Greece right now. There is some people within the Greek Parliament are also I think are also in a revolt against Alexis Tsipras, because they think these tough austerity measures are harsh, and that they're really harsh, and that they think that the European Union and Germany especially, where I'm from, are trying to humiliate Greece. I think, in my opinion, the European Union are not trying to humiliate Greece. They just they want they want the European Union wants Greece just to stay to not collapse financially. The European Union wants to help Greece out, but there's people within the Greek government that are just not helping the situation by by just being a bunch of dickheads and assholes and that. Anyways, because it just goes to show you, how it goes to show you, how politics in Europe works. Sometimes politics in Europe can just be totally crazy and nuts at times, like whatever. And what else? On another political related subject, like I said in my previous episode earlier of my show, the federal election's gonna be in the fall, and I think in my Stephen Harper, like I said before, Stephen Harper has done jack shit for Canada, and the Conservatives have done jack shit. Like they're not helping the situation by being bunch of dickheads right now. And if I have to vote, I would have to say I would have to go liberal, because like I've said before, the Conservative Party and especially Stephen Harper, Canada's Prime Minister, has literally done jack shit for Canada. Anyways, but that's just my opinion. I'm entitled to my opinion. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. What else? And on another political related subject, it looks like the United Nations, the United States, whatever it is, it looks like they've struck a deal with Iran to reduce Iran's nuclear capabilities, which means they're trying to eliminate the possibility of Iran producing a nuclear bomb. And there's been some really tough sanctions on Iran over the years, and that. What else? On a sports related subject, WWE Battleground is this coming Sunday, July 19th, and here are some of the matches that are going to be taking place. There's Roman Reigns going on one-on-one against the crazy and psychotic Bray Wyatt. That's going to be an absolute, just an absolute, brawl in nature. And then there's the triple threat Intercontinental title match where it's Ryback defending against The Miz and The Big Show. And what else? I would like to see Ryback win, but you never know. What else? There's a WWE World Heavyweight title match between Seth Rollins and Brock Lesnar. I think Brock Lesnar's not only gonna win the WWE title, he's gonna absolutely destroy Seth Rollins. That's just my honest opinion. And then there's the WWE Tag Team title match, where the reigning defending WWE Tag Team Champions, the Primetime Players, Darren Young and Titus O'Neil, are going up against the New Day of Big E Langston, Kofi Kingston, and I believe Xavier Woods. I don't know, but those are just some of the matches, and it looks like WWE Battleground is going to be an awesome one this Sunday. What else? This has been another edition of the Stuart Dahl Show. I'm signing off for now. For young people, stay in school, stay out of trouble. You'll do fine, and stay cool and drink lots of water in this heat, and especially for the older people. For now, Alvia Zane, peace, and bye-bye for now.